Hello, welcome to Music Theory course. If you never thought you would pick up a book on music theory, you're not alone. I never thought I'd write one. But in my experience as a student, a player, and a teacher, I have searched for and used many different methods of learning music theory. Some methods were good, most were okay, and a few were bad, but none of them satisfied me. I've tried to take all the positive things about teaching theory, thrown in many of the tricks I've used with hundreds of students, and tossed in a little humor, in an effort to make learning music theory both easier and more enjoyable. These methods and suggestions have worked well with all students of all sizes. I hope they'll work for you too. Music Theory course is your introduction to another language, the rich and often strange language of music. By the time you've completed even 2 lessons in this course, you'll have made big steps down the path toward understanding how to read music. Learning music theory doesn't have to be a long and difficult process. It does take some work, but with this course, you can make that work much easier. In this course, we will divide our lesson in 7 parts, and in each part are several chapters. Between some of the parts are interludes, standalone sections giving information on aspects of music other than theory. The theory lessons are broken up by interludes every few chapters. These interludes cover things like practice, conducting, Italian terms, and a brief history of musical notation. Okay, moving on. If you've watched this introduction, good job. You'll have a better handle on how to get the most out of this lesson and you won't be at all surprised or confused about what's next. Chapter 1. Lines, everywhere there's lines. In this chapter you will learn the staff, lines, spaces. The staff. Music is written on a staff, plural staves, which is 5 horizontal parallel lines. The 5 lines create 4 spaces between them. This is a blank staff. Lines and spaces are numbered from bottom to top. This is a staff with lines and spaces numbered. Line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, space 1, space 2, space 3, space 4. Theory Geek Alert. When things are counted in music, staff lines, degrees of a scale, intervals, even the strings of a guitar, don't worry if you have no idea what some of these things are. They're always counted from the bottom up. Memory tip. The following exercise works. It may feel a little silly, but kinesthetic learning with your body, works. Take your hand, left or right, and put it up in front of your face with the palm toward you. Pretend your fingers are the lines of the staff. The spaces between your fingers are the spaces of the staff. Pinky is line 1, ring finger line 2, middle finger line 3, index finger line 4, and thumb line 5. Between your pinky and ring finger is space 1, etc., etc. Touch each finger and say the number of the line. Do the same with the spaces. The only difference between this example and your hand is that you might use your left hand, and your hand will probably have more skin on it. Moving on. So much for the staff. Pretty simple so far, right? Stick with it, because most of music theory is pretty easy to understand as long as you've mastered previous chapters. Coming up next is Chapter 2, in which you'll learn about more lines that are used in written music: bar lines, double bar lines, and léger lines. It's all pretty easy stuff, but you probably guessed that.